Hello there YouTube and welcome to Fallout New Vegas Realism Mode. If any of you watched Fallout 4 Realism Mode, you probably already know this is, but in case you haven't, let me clue you in quickly. This is going to be a challenge run of Fallout New Vegas on the highest difficulty, so very hard, also hardcore mode activated, which includes things like having to eat, sleep, drink, stim packs healing over time, bunch of little tweaks and changes here and there. It's also permadeath, so once I die I'm dead, and has no HUD and no VATS, so I have no idea what's going on most of the time and won't be able to scan things or shoot things with VATS. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of modifiers to just make the game as difficult as possible and as realistic looking as possible. I will say this is Fallout New Vegas with all the DLCs and stuff, however it is completely unmodded, just because I didn't want any mods tweaking things, making things arguably easier for me, which some mods can do. Just keep it as a standard game and make things nice and simple. Without any more delay though, let's get into the game.
Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Alright, so the name I am going for here is just Sarge. We're going to keep it so nice and simple and go with my own name.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs.
Alright, and this is going to be our character. This is Sarge. Yeah, I'm playing as a female. That might come prevalent in the future as to why, but it probably won't because I'll die long before then. However, Sarge is going to be a chick for today and every other episode.
Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Alright, first off, we run over to the Vigor Tester. And secondly, I am playing with obviously all the DLCs. This includes stuff like the Tribal Pack and whatchamacallit, which means I have a whole bunch of stuff in my inventory. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to keep an empty syringe and a knife, and everything else I'm throwing in here. Just to make things a little fairer, because otherwise I start with a grenade launcher, and the lightweight leather armor is absolutely brilliant to start off with, and you get so much aid and all of that stuff, but no. I'm ditching all of it, and just keeping hold of, I should have, oh, there's some ammo as well to get rid of. Get rid of all the ammo. So I'll have an empty syringe and a knife, which I just took from this container here. And all my DLC added items I am just storing away and never coming back to. Now we come to the Vigor Tester. And I have a rough idea of what I want to do with this. I'm going with 4 on strength. Although I will need a lot of carry weight, the rest of it isn't that helpful to me. I'm keeping perception at 5. I did originally want to drop it to 1, but there's a whole bunch of perception 6 stuff that I will potentially want further down the line. Endurance goes right up to 9. You don't want to put anything to 10 because I can potentially get the implants in the future, so 9's the maximum we're going for. Charisma! Charisma is almost always a dump stat for me. Intelligence, though, also goes up to 9. Agility, I'm raising to 6. Guns, sneak, speed, all that's going to be useful. Action point regeneration, however, is no help whatsoever without using VATS. And finally, luck. I'm boosting that to 6. Luck is just so generically useful. And that is our character. It's not super balanced, but not super unbalanced as well. Hopefully it will do, but who knows. Now we get onto the point where, yeah, I've just skipped through the whole chatting with him. Now I need to get some tag skills. And I keep varying between what I want to get. I think I definitely want sneak. Staying undetected will be helpful. And getting critical hits, a bonus to that at the start, is so useful. As we're playing on survival mode, I think I'm gonna go with survival. Hardcore mode, sorry, we're playing on, so the survival skill will be useful. I rarely play on hardcore. I think I've done it like once before, so this could go badly for me. And finally, I'm torn between repair, speech, and guns. Guns give me a lot more damage, and they're probably what I'm going to be using most of all. Repair keeps everything in good condition, which also means guns do more damage. so I'm more tempted to go for that. Speech, you'll see, is very low, and I do want to pass some speech checks, but I think I can deal without it for now. So I'm going repair, sneak, and survival, and just hoping for the best there. Alright, for the traits, I think I'm going to go with good-natured, which will raise all my basically non-combat skills up by 5, and all of these will be helpful, and lower by 5 all the combat skills. However, I'm probably only going to use guns. I might end up using a melee weapon for the odd sneak attack, but I doubt it. Guns is going to be where it's at, possibly energy weapons further down the line, but even that I'm not so sure about. I'm also going with skilled. This is going to give me plus 5 points to everything, but does drop how much experience I gain. I'm honestly not too worried about that, because the game's got a level cap anyway. Skilled's normally very good to go for. Does mean I get less perks and less level ups per like mission and so on, but I think I can counter that, and the extra bonuses to all my skills at the start will be very helpful for this permadeath run, which will likely only last a few episodes if I do something stupid.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Alright, so now Doc Mitchell wants us to start, doing stuff, but first what we're going to do is start looting the place, because there's a whole bunch of stuff I'd like. Obviously, I can't take back my gear, so the stuff in this tub is staying there. However, there's a whole bunch of medicine here. There is a barrel with some weaponry, including a laser pistol. What else? I'm going to take that. That's a medical brace. I can't remember if it's useful or not. I haven't actually played Fallout New Vegas in a very long time. I did a bit of a research before jumping into this, just checking what the controls are, and mostly just watching Many a True Nerd's You Only Live Once run, because that is quite similar to what I'm doing here. However, obviously he had no healing, and I have healing, so I think, yeah, creating stim packs will be helpful. Get myself a bunch of healing items right at the start. Get that surgical tubing as well. Perfect. I think I've looted almost everything already. Okay, take that hat. There's a bunch of bottle caps here too. And just do a quick sweep of the place in case I've missed too much. Oh, I have. Up here there's some food, an extra knife, and some containers. Bottle caps and ammo. Yeah, you can see already no HUDs, making it just that tiny bit harder. Okay, purified water. I will need to keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to take all the food, because just having food on my person will help out a lot with hardcore mode. I do apologise, I will constantly be switching between calling it hardcore and calling it survival mode, thanks to Fallout 4. So now talk to Doc Mitchell.
Here, these are yours.
And gives you some supplies.
But I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. It was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
I didn't ever know he had a wife. I think I may have played as a male character almost every single time I've played Fallout New Vegas. Either that or I've just skipped through the dialogue before. And just say thanks for patching me up.
Don't mention it.
I'm going to be very nice to everyone.
You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Here we go. Hardcore mode. And I'll let you all read that yourself, but basically everything's going to be harder, just so much harder, and yes, wait, hold up. Yes, I want to play with hardcore mode on. And straight off,
I expect you'll be wanting
any medical supplies. Okay, you can barter with him immediately. And I have to decide here what I want to keep. Because there's a lot of stuff that could be useful to me. Okay. I'm going to exit for now. And medicine 30. Here we go. Isn't it customary for a doctor to prescribe follow-up medication?
Of course.
And that gets me some additional meds. Perfect. So, quick look at myself, because we're never going to do this again. This is me, or the back of me. I can't remember how you get the camera to turn around and not follow you. Okay, I can't look at my face, but oh well. It's going to be in first person the entire time anyway. And now here we are in Good Springs itself. And I'm going to need to loot a bunch of stuff, because I'll show you here quickly. Yeah, there's condition of myself. I've got 280 hit points and so on and so forth. Bit of experience. I can check my rad counter and see how bad my rads are getting. And all the status effects I've got going for my gear. But there's also water. How hydrated I need to be, because the worse hydration I get, the closer I get to dying. There's food. I need to make sure I don't starve to death. And I also need to sleep on occasion at least. Alright, I've quickly set myself up with some hotkeys, just so I can switch between gear quite easily. So I've got a laser pistol, then I can switch to my submachine gun, then I can switch back, and so on and so forth. Now what I'm going to do is start looting around containers, because most of these should be fine for me to loot. The problem is, with no HUD, I can't actually see when I'm stealing, which will probably end up with me getting killed very, very quickly by someone who doesn't enjoy me stealing. It also doesn't show me when I'm hidden. So right now, I could be stealing all of this for all I know. And if I am, this will be a very short series, because the Good Springs people will get annoyed at me and just shoot me. However, hopefully, I play it smart, and I don't lose anything.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Alright, so I've headed into the inn, and Sunny Smiles straight away is just like, oh yeah, you can get Sunny Smiles to help.
I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
Alright, so now we need to meet Sunny outside. Head round back, and set up where Cheyenne is. And, put pistol away.
See the sarsaparilla box
Alright,
on the fence there?
now we get a gun. A varmint rifle, she just gives us straight away. And look at this.
Well, that's a start.
Just to hit 3 of them, and you are all sorted. And you really should continue with the tutorial, because she just helps you out. Now, you may notice how you can't see what the ammo count is on your weapons. Fortunately, I know a varmint rifle has 5 rounds in it, as standard, so I can just count the number of shots. However, on weapons where I don't know the ammo capacity, it's going to be a bit more tricky for me to work out how many shots I can actually fire before I have to reload. So I'm going to have to be very cautious about just blasting away endlessly.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Alright, so what we have here is almost the sneak tutorial, where up in the top normally it would say if you're hidden or about to be detected or in danger.
Okay, you're on. Go give him hell.
We didn't sneak very far, did we, Sonny? Okay, I'm just going to land a sneak attack on Mr. Gecko there and hopefully take him out in one shot. Yep. Sneak attacks, they're really the way to go. Now there's going to be a bunch more geckos start heading over this way to investigate what's going on. And there's one of them. I don't know if... Nope, he's still up. And you'll see there that my character kind of played around with the gun after reloading, which means my weapon's starting to get into bad condition. Perfect, second gecko down. I believe there's a third one. However, I'm not sure quite where it is. So I'm going to go for the high ground here. Because I'm fairly certain that geckos don't have a ranged attack. A gecko's not running at me, which is quite worrying.
See?
Oh, okay, I killed them.
There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along.
Yep, we'll come along and help clear the other wells.
Come with me.
We'll then be given a bunch more ammo, which means, if I go into my items, you can see the varmint rifle has 79 rounds in total. However, the CND bit there shows that the condition is quite bad on this weapon. So it's not performing at anywhere near the best potential. Now, something I can do here is turn this wheel and I drink with that amazing drinking animation there. And if I show you on the stats, status H2O has gone down to 0. Because I've now drunk enough that I'm no longer thirsty. You can also loot enemies, and look at this. Food minus 93 for eating some gecko meat. However, my rads do go up, my strength also goes down, but it does heal me. So I'll be wanting to heal a lot through food and drink, simply because it will deal with my hunger and thirst, at the same time as actually keeping me alive. Now what? Oh. Alright. Sonny's already dealt with those 3 whilst I've been talking and looting. So I'm guessing the next bit has taken place where someone is in danger. And we're supposed to go help them from the geckos. However, I'm guessing they're already dead because I haven't shown up. Oh. Okay, killed that one. And, oh. Wow. Bit of a risque camera angle there. Alright, yeah, you see there, on the ground, that person died. Because, yeah, sorry, Sonny, looks like we didn't make it in time.
Ah, hell's bells. There's not a day passes by I don't tell people not to come here by themselves. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
And we may as well stick with her, because this will be more experience.
To get started. Let me think now.
Now, what she's going to want us to do is make some healing powder, so we just need to get the ingredients for that. And here, off of this lady, we can take some weapons and a field hand outfit. If nothing else, it'll be worth it just for, selling. Oh, we got a gecko, we got a gecko, we got a gecko, there's a gecko over there, there's a gecko over there, there's a gecko over there. Gecko's not going for me. All fine. All absolutely fine. However, I am going to move just a little bit closer to Sunny Smiles. You'll protect me, won't you, Sunny? Alright, and now, from the little campfire bit we're on, we can just head up this way and get the ingredients we need for this little thing. And yes, I'm good with my character. Or at least I hope I am, because I've just decided that I am good with the character. Oh dear, gecko right there, gecko right there, gecko right there. That's the plant I need, that's an angry gecko. Okay. Do I want to take this gecko down? There's another gecko over there as well. There's a couple of geckos. There's geckos everywhere. I think I'm going to go for the... Yep, sneak attack on the gecko. Kill it like a badass. A badass wearing a very stupid hat. Yeah, even on the highest difficulty, geckos... Just basic geckos aren't going to be too bad. Especially when I... Ooh, gecko egg. That's quite good. Especially when I can land a sneak attack on them. Now, drop down and talk to Sunny.
What you got? Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. Alright now. We're going to be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
And campfires. This will be an important part of this run, because this will let me make stuff. Such as Snakebite Torniquet, healing powder, gecko state, and anti-venom, and all of this good stuff. And you'll see here that most things will require survival as a skill to be at a certain level. Some things require science, or I think there's a medicine one somewhere as well. Is there a medicine one? There might not be. No, it's mostly science, but melee weapons as well there is. Yeah, but from this, I'll be able to make the healing powder that Sunny wants me to. So, and that lowers my perception, but gives me additional hit points. So it's a nice, small healing item.
Not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Alright, so done with Sunny for now. However, as she's walking away...
Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
Yep, something I need to do is say that I'm a little short on caps.
Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even if you want
to take... what she does from that are... Yeah, gives you some lockpicks and a magazine to help with lockpicking.
Until next...
But instead of heading straight back to Good Springs, I am going to make some stuff. First off, a Snakebite Torniquet. This is automatically used and cures poison. This is one of my favourite things about this. It also weighs nothing, so it's just absolutely amazing. Make as many of these as you can, and it's a good reason to keep an eye out for surgical tubing. So I make one of those, and there's also gecko steaks, which will only raise my rads by 1, but give me a ton of healing and reduce my food by a bunch. So I'm going to make all 12 of the gecko meats into gecko steak. And that will do me on food for quite a while. I've headed back up to Good Springs, and now I'm going to end the episode. Going to keep this first one nice and short, just let people see if they enjoy the concept before dedicating too much time to watching. I am hoping to have another episode of this out tomorrow, however, from that point it will become a weekly series. I just feel like having a double episode to start things off gets people a bit more to watch. Get the whole thing started off properly, apart from just having like one episode of Gecko Fights than having to wait a week for anything interesting to happen. However, if you do enjoy this series and want it to continue, make sure to hit a like button to let me know. Also, comment below if you do have any tips. I will be recording a lot of this beforehand, but I'll still need advice for certain, because otherwise I'll be dead very early on. If you're looking for another good challenge run, head over to Many a True Nerd. He's done Fallout 4... No, Fallout... Not... This is Fallout New Vegas even, Sarge. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas, You Only Live Once. Which is a fairly similar challenge run, and... honestly, it's better to let it speak for itself. So head over to his channel and check that out if you want some more Fallout New Vegas stuff. However, thank you all very much for watching. Subscribe if you want to watch all the future episodes of this. And I guess I'll see you in the next part. Goodbye.